If I am to have any chance of convincing you that mind, spirit, and I amness, that is, being, is above the physical, then the brain has to be seen as a fantastic machine, but like artificial intelligence, it is just that, a machine and only a machine. It does not have the capacity to be the source of consciousness. That is why I explain the physical level as the first step. Make an effort to walk in my shoes to grasp these 4 levels. The level of I amness will not disappoint. If you grasp the concept of how the Father of Life created a way for all of us to exist using love itself, then my job is almost done. Grasping that level will show you that your life, the universe, and everything in it exists inside of you. The brain is not the seat of consciousness. Welcome back. My name is Pierre Chiquan. I've been an automation programmer since 1981. My expertise runs from creating programs on aerospace maintenance manuals and then power plant automation. I view the brain through a computer lens. We will explore the nature of how the brain functions through this lens rather than through biology, psychology, psychiatry, or neuroscience. This is a ridiculously simple view of a brain. It presents the end result of the brain and not its internal functions, which are very complicated. I view the brain as dealing with 2 different types of actions, on and off, and range. The complexity of our human actions are based logically on these 2. These 2 light bulbs are a good representation of both of these 2 functions. A regular light switch has 2 positions, on and then off. On and off can be seen also as true and false, or black and white, and so on. The second light switch varies a light switch from 0 illumination to 100% by moving the slider up and down through its range. Easy to comprehend. Before I go on to an example of how the brain handles on and off, let me first say that all computer logic is based on a lot of on and off switches. No more. Complexity comes with the different methods we use to combine these 2 states. Range behavior in any computer is mimicked using these 2 on and off states. All the videos, sounds, word processors, and so on are built upon how the combination of these 2 switches work. There's a lot of information on the binary states of on and off and how they create the entire field. YouTube has a lot of good videos if you're interested. DNA is more complex. It uses 4 states instead of 2. All organic life is based on a combination of these 4 logic states. They are the amino acids of A, C, T, G on the DNA chain. You can combine the on and off switch states by using 3 operators that manipulate these 2 on and off states. These operators are and, or, and not. For example, suppose it's really cold outside and the door is open. It's obvious that you'll close the door. What is not obvious is the method used by your brain to decide the door should close. Many logic and analog entities are used to accomplish this seemingly simple feat. Let's look at the operations your brain makes to make this happen from a logical viewpoint. First, you notice that it's getting colder. Your body sensors on your eyes are notifying your brain that the door is open. Then your brain does an AND calculation. That is, it's cold and the door is open. This same AND operation can be done with a computer. I've presented several computer devices that mimic the way your brain handled that door closure. On the thermostat, you'll notice an input temperature sensor has a line that connects it to an input device on the floor of our room. This range input device is connected to a trigger device that is set to trigger an on when it's below a certain temperature. When that trigger senses it's below that temperature, it then sends an on to the connected AND device. A sensor above the door tells the other side of the AND device its open or closed position by sending an output to one side of the AND device. When both the door sensor sends an on and the thermostat trigger sends an on, then since both inputs are on, then the AND device's output is switched to on, which then sends its output to a motor, which closes the door. When the door reaches the door position sensor, it switches the sensor to off, and the sensor sends an off to one side of the AND device. Since both inputs aren't on, then the output of the AND device goes off, and this output is sent to the motor, which turns off. This is how we automate things in a power plant. Both these devices and your brain accomplish the same thing in the same way. So then, they are equivalent operations. The difference is that you may use your eyes to see if the door is open, or you may use the time of day or the room temperature is dropping as inputs to your brain's AND switch. They work the same way.